Hello, and a very warm welcome to my channel. This morning, we update the latest news. Queen horrified by Harry and Meghan's latest Los Angeles plans. They are not there to do that. The Queen is horrified by Harry and Meghan's latest political interventions as the pair continue to break royal traditions, an expert has claimed. Her Majesty is shocked by Harry's decision to involve himself in the current political debate after he criticized the legacy of the Commonwealth this month. According to the claims, royal author Tom Quinn disagreed with claims that she had privately backed the move for the Los Angeles couple. Royal historian Tessa Dunlop had told True Royalty TV, "The Queen is a cannier bird than you give her credit for. She understands that the royal family are figureheads for Britain and Commonwealth and they must look inclusive and kind." Quinn responded, "I don't agree with that at all. I think the Queen has been horrified by all of this. This is something that will attract criticism to the royal family," he continued. "The Queen herself never gets involved in that level because the risk is too great. They are not there to do that. Apparently, Her Majesty never took too kindly to the idea of this odd couple marrying. It was the countless persuasions by Prince Charles that tied the evil knot. He thought it was the modern thing to do, perhaps for commoners, but not for the royal family." Earlier this month, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex urged the Commonwealth to not acknowledge the past, even if it is uncomfortable. The couple has increasingly spoken out against historical injustice, unconscious bias, and racism in the wake of the Black Lives Matter movement. Dunlop suggested that if the Queen had disagreed with the intervention, she could have easily removed Harry and Meghan from their roles as President and Vice President of the Queen's Commonwealth Trust. She said, "The Queen offered too much too quickly and is now paying the price. The embarrassment to the royal family will continue. What on earth does Meghan know about the Commonwealth now that she is the Vice President of the youth section? Harry has shown that he is clearly not up to the responsibility." There have been rumors circulating around whether Meghan Markle could eventually launch a career in U.S. politics. During a speech at the United Nations Foundation's virtual 2020 Girl Up Leadership Summit last week, Meghan praised young girls for organizing Black Lives Matter protests around the world, calling on school boards to provide more mental health resources and also creating gun control coalitions. This prompted The Sun's executive editor Dan Walton to say, in Meghan's major solo address, which felt like it was ripped from the pages from a self-help manual, the only specific points she made were on gun control. No matter how positive you think gun control is in the UK, in America, it is a highly divisive partisan issue. That is, Meghan publicly siding with the Democratic Party. I think that it is fine, but she shouldn't be a duchess if she does that. She should be a private citizen. She can still make millions. And many viewers also discussed this couple. One person chatted, "The Queen has brought this on herself, and until she puts a complete end to this whole joke, they will continue to make the royal family look like idiots. Cut the funding, Charles, and the Queen must remove all the titles. It is time they stood on their own 2 feet. Grant for them what they have been crying for. Let's see how far they get, unless the Obamas and Oprahs will be funding them out of publicity." Another viewer also added, "Meghan has Harry eating out of her hand. She has been a member of the royal family for 3 years and knows everything about its traditions, rules, well, just about everything really. A failed actress. She has found a mug to give her a platform, to become famous. Hollywood style, of course. Poor old Harry is now finding out that failed actresses will grasp at anything with a title or money. I thought they had left the royal circle, so why do we have to fill our head with such drivel day after day?" And the last one interrupted him. "These two are about as shallow as a paddling pool. It has been even obvious to him that Markle and the Oracle are using him and his rapidly declining sometime position as a member of the British monarchy to become some kind of authority on anything from picking her nose to selling her Black Lives Matter credentials worldwide." Meanwhile, in other news, Harry and Meghan were warned Los Angeles celebrity world won't offer Sussexes the same protection as the UK. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have launched a lawsuit after drones were allegedly used to take pictures of their 14-month-old son, Archie, in the garden. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have stated that they draw the line at being photographed in their home. It's prompting an expert to explain why the royals cannot expect the same level of protection anymore. Anousheh Sakai, an entertainment industry reporter for the LA Times, spoke to the BBC Breakfast about why the former working royals may be shocked at the differences between the US and UK. She said, "I've seen photos and they have been photos of what looks like their property. In California, it is obviously the world of celebrity, and in America, it's unlike the UK in that there aren't the same restrictions on libel. But people should understand that it is not a matter of privacy. It is a matter of paid exclusives. That the price you paid for not being a royal, you made your bed lie in it like common people like us. They have traveled all that way to find out the grass is not greener, so let them get on with it. No one's fault, just their own. Helen Keller would have seen this coming. Markle knew full well the intrusions that even minor Hollywood celebrities face every day. She was not only ready for it, she hungers for it. She's every American Idol contestant with a better wardrobe." Freedom of speech means that you can photograph people on the street. There isn't the same level of protection as famous people. Ms. Sakai continued, "But one thing you cannot do is photograph people or record people without their permission, especially not in their own home. This is definitely something that has been a growing problem for celebrities over recent years, especially with the rise of the use of drones." How do the Harkles afford all the lawsuits and lawyers issuing statements and warnings and such? Neither of them have earned a penny since they ran away from their royal responsibilities to live in other people's McMansions and fly around in other people's jets and live off other people's money. Show Pony knew that the US was not a place for privacy. She was counting on it. Were it not for bad PR, this duo wouldn't get any PR. This is what irrelevant looks like. However, Anousheh Sakai continues, "There is a precedent for this type of legal action in the courts, as the laws were expanded a few years ago." The LA Times reporter explained that after the death of Harry's mother, Princess Diana, there were many celebrities that fought back against press intrusion. Celebrities further pushed legislation to protect children from being photographed without their permission. Ms. Sakai added that the law was expanded and definitions changed a few years ago to include drones. This had become a major issue as intruders didn't have to physically be on someone's property to photograph them and could just fly a drone over houses instead. But a watcher slams Meghan. He said, "The narcissist, however, has other ideas and it has to be her version, which means PR after PR after PR spin in one of the world's most conspicuous and famous cities where she believes she could be worshipped and adored. That plan has gone down the toilet. If she truly loved her husband, she would have long chosen and been happy with his version of a financially independent life away from media scrutiny. Instead, poor hapless has sold his soul, and what can he expect but even more media scrutiny?" This fan also mocked, "Meghan will be totally safe if Harry walks away. She's a non-royal, irrelevant, and will be a liability to anyone employing her. Maybe eventually, after she's drained her bank account, she will sign on for American benefits and truly live her life in obscurity, privacy, and quiet. As for Harry, he's happy in South Africa, so this could be his final destination, at least for a couple of decades. One thing is for sure, he has no future in the UK." Another way to make money and draw attention to themselves when all other methods have failed. I think Hapless's idea of living independently from the royal family was in a quiet place, South Africa maybe, away from the media and to be seen in public very rarely. This could quite easily have been achieved. Plus, it's going to be super awkward if anything happens to his grandparents. How can he come back when he didn't respect them in life, let alone anything else? Their complaint has now been filed in the Los Angeles County Superior Court. It is a lawsuit against unnamed actors, photographers, agents, or anyone who would be involved in inducing, paying for, or peddling these photos in any way. They believe the pictures were taken either by drones or long-lens cameras. It could also be said that someone had somehow gotten onto their property in order to capture a shot of Archie playing in the garden. In California, these actions are illegal. And you, what do you think about them? Please let me know in the comments section below and we'll discuss them together. Remember to like and share my video for anyone who also loved it like you. And don't forget to subscribe to the Sussex Daily News channel to get more news from the royal family. Now, have a nice day and see you in the next videos. Bye.